I'm gonna show you 4 ways our AI agency is getting clients in 2025. Last month alone, these 4 ways helped my business generate over $234,000. So by the end of this video, you're gonna have everything that you need to start booking more appointments for your AI agency or your aspiring AI agency tomorrow. Now, before I dive into the content, I wanna introduce myself. My name is Michael Vissing. Like I said, I own an AI agency, Gym Members Now specifically, and last month alone, we did over 234K in sales. I do not say this to brag or anything like that. I say this so you guys know what I'm telling you is true, it's real, and because I wanna help as many people out there as possible. So for me to skip the fluff and just back up my claim here, I'm gonna pull my payment processor. Last month, we did over 234K in sales. Here's my name, and here is my company, okay? So let's get right into this training. Now, there's 4 unique ways we're using right now to get more appointments for our business. In fact, it helps us generate around 150 to 180 appointments per month. And one thing I want to talk about before we talk about this is really important is the offer, okay? Offering AI services right now in our business has allowed us to decrease our cost per acquisition by 3x. Okay, which means we're now spending 3 times less to get a customer just by offering AI services on the front end. So we essentially made a pivot in our business about 16 months ago to just purely offer front end AI services, and it's been a game changer for us. So these ways are specific to AI, okay, for an AI agency, but you can also learn from these 4 ways if you're not offering an AI agency, because the framework and the fundamentals are always the same in marketing, okay? But let's dive right in. So the first way that we get clients for our AI agency is paid ads plus an outbound setter. So what is this, Michael? Well, essentially what this is we're running paid advertising on the front end, advertising AI services on the front end. From there, they're clicking the ad and they're going through a funnel, right? Just a normal funnel. So they're gonna go to the ad, they're going to submit their information, they're then gonna go to book a call, they're then gonna go to a thank you page, they're then gonna get some confirmation text, and they're then gonna show up for a sales call, right? Now, as you know, if you don't know, there is drop off at every stage of the funnel here. I'm gonna walk you guys through this whole process here in a second if you just bear with me, but it's important to understand high level what this process is. I'm gonna walk you through secrets. I'm gonna walk you through all the stuff that you need. I'm really gonna pull back the curtain and show you the ad here in about 5 minutes, so just stay with me, but it's important that you really understand the foundation first. So if someone goes to the Squeeze page but doesn't submit their information, we're gonna then retarget them with a retargeting ad that has testimonials of our of client results to get them to warm up to go back to the Squeeze page to then submit their information. Okay, and then here's where it gets really good. And this is really how we've been able to scale this process and get such better results, is really putting an outbound setter on this whole funnel. We actually call it a sweeper in our company, but essentially what the outbound setter does is it sweeps up all of the opportunity that did not get swept up in the first place from the initial funnel. And so what I mean by that is some people submit their information, but they don't book an appointment, okay? So we had that outbound setter call that lead to book the appointment on the calendar for the sales team. Some people also book an appointment, but never confirm their confirmation, right? So we'll have the outbound setter call that appointment book to triage it and confirm it to improve our show percentage. So essentially, this outbound setter has increased our bookings, increased our show appointments, and because of that, has increased the opportunities we're speaking to, and because of that, has increased our sales drastically. So this is a very important step. I'm gonna walk you guys through the exact process we're using here for the outbound setter in just a second. But let's first talk about why is this beneficial for you? Why is paid ads beneficial for you? And it really comes down to 4 things, okay? The first thing is that if you know what you're doing, you can get results very quickly. And again, I'm gonna show you what we're doing right here in just a second, so stick with me. The second thing is once you know it's working, you can scale this puppy very quick. So you can take your campaign from spending 20 to 30 bucks a day and scale to 500, 1,000, 1,500 a day and get more results basically linear in your business, which is crazy, right? And you're not having to really do much else besides increase the budget, which is incredible. It can work while you're sleeping. So while you're sleeping, it can be booking you appointments while you're sleeping at night, which is very powerful. Not many acquisition systems can do this, which is huge. And then last but not least is you can get the lead to know you, like you, and trust you before they even hop on the sales call throughout your retargeting ads, throughout the putting testimonials on your booking page, on your thank you page, through how you confirm leads and what you do, what you tell them to do before the call, so on and so forth. So it's highly beneficial to not only get appointments, but also get sales from the campaign. Now, let's talk about ad secrets in general. And I really want to first just talk about the most important thing with marketing in general. And I had to learn this the hard way, but when I started my business, essentially what happened was we got a gym client and we were running ads for the gym client. And what happened was I tried to get cute. I tried to think I was smart. And I made this campaign that was so confusing. It had such big words in it, words I didn't even know. And essentially what happened is I got 0 conversions, right? And so what I learned from there is that simple scales, fancy fills. So what happened is we invested in your program. We got an ad template that I'm about to share with you guys here in just a second. This is the one I developed for our business, but we got an ad template for our clients' ads, right? And we made it simple. And guess what? Conversions skyrocketed through the roof. And so the moral of the story is that you need to make the words on all of the wording on your campaigns, whether it's in the creatives, whether it's in the copy, whether it's in the headlines, it needs to read at a 3rd grade or a 5th grade reading level or below. And the reason why I say that is because not only for personal experience, but also because the average reading level in the United States is a 7th or 8th grade reading level. So if you don't make your campaigns less than that, then people aren't gonna know what it reads and they're not gonna convert, they're not gonna get sales for the business. So I had to learn that the hard way. Now, everything that I do now, all my campaigns, all the ads I write, all the pictures, the text we put on pictures, everything, we put through a software called Hemingway Editor. And what that does is it tells you how confusing or how simple your text reads. And it will grade it for you on a reading level, right? 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. So I strive always for below a 5th grade reading level because I know that's gonna get a lot more conversions than if I had a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, so on and so forth reading level. But that's very, very important. Now, let me just go ahead and jump into the actual campaign here, okay? And so you guys, what I'm doing is real. So this year alone, this campaign, we spent over basically about 9K on it. And we've generated over 475 leads for this campaign. This one campaign is absolutely crushing for us. And again, I'm gonna just hand this over to you on a silver platter, but I'm not gonna just say, hey, copy it. I'm gonna explain why it's worked so well, the fundamentals, the frameworks, and really the psychology behind it to really make it sense for you guys. But let's dive in. So the first thing is the creatives. The creatives is by far the most important thing in the ad. It's 90% of what is gonna get the result. And essentially what the creative is, it's either the video that you have in the ad or it's the pictures you have in the ad, okay? So as you can see here, we're running a dynamic campaign, which means we have 4 images for just this one ad. And what we found after a lot of testing is things that work really well, okay? Is once you find a unique mechanism and you have your wording really dialed in on the ad, you simply don't need to figure out a lot of different hooks. All you need to do is you need to take that hook and take that text on the picture and use different variations for the pictures. So what I mean by this is that you're gonna notice all these pictures here had the exact same text, okay? New ChatGPT plugin for desired ideal client. It had the exact same text. The only thing that's different is the background. So this is what we called ad variations, okay? They're not different ad angles or they're different ad variations. So I could create literally hundreds of different pictures with different variations of this same exact text here. And I know it's gonna convert well because this wording has done so well for this ad campaign, okay? So it's not about thinking harder, it's about thinking smarter, but you wanna use ad variation, which is very important. Now let's go down to the ad copy. And then this is a 6-step framework that we use for writing ad copy for B2B, and it's absolutely crushed for us. So the first thing is calling out your ideal client, right? Very straightforward with that. Then it's introducing this new trendy thing that's helping a certain demographic, okay? And then you have social proof back to them. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is, the social proof is that it is easy to implement and it also gets a quick result, okay? And then the last thing is just a CTA. Very simple, okay? So I highly recommend you use some type of framework like this for your copy because it's worked very, very well for us over the last 16 months. Again, we've been running this exact same ad for literally probably 16 months, which is insane. I'm giving it to you guys so you guys can use it in your business. The next thing here is the headline, okay? So what is the headline? The headline is what they see on the ad, the text and the wording on the ad right below the picture of the creative/video. And so the framework that we found to work really well is new thing for desired outcome, new thing for desired market, right? So new ChatGPT for AI for gym owners, new ChatGPT for a plugin for gym owners. Also, new thing plus benefit plus desired market. So new AI appointment juggernaut, right? New trend plus benefit plus target market. Those are the 2 frameworks that we're using very, very well. As you can see, we've tested all these and they're working super well for us. But again, we didn't have all these just at the start. We had to kind of work our way up into that. All right. Now, once they click on the ad, like we've talked about, they're going to go to a squeeze page, which here's a squeeze page. We're using lead forms. Lead forms work very, very well for us. They've literally helped our business over the last 16 months generate over 400 sales, which is nuts. So they work very, very well. And again, when we started out, we didn't have any of this on here, any friction. It was very, very simple. But I highly recommend if you're just starting your ads, just put them right to here, right? Put them right to the squeeze page for them to fill out their information. And as you get going, you're gonna be able to see if the leads are good or bad. And if they aren't good and what you want them, then you're gonna simply just add more friction to the top of the funnel, okay? So we are very specific. Hey, we're calling out our ideal client that's looking for the actual benefit. We introduce what the system is, okay? And then we also have them choose if it's the right fit. So are you a brick and mortar gym that offers X, right? If they say no, we don't let them go through the funnel. We say, hey, thanks for your interest. Unfortunately, this is only for brick and mortar gym owners. But if they do say yes, then we push them to the squeeze page for them to fill out their information. And then we push them to the thank you page, which basically says one last step for them to book a call. Now it's important because all this text on here is gonna read at a 5th grade reading level or below, all of it. Very, very important that this is congruent, not just in the ad, but also through the whole funnel. But we're gonna have them go book a call, and essentially what that looks like, very straightforward. So we're gonna call off our ideal client again. Then we're gonna, hey, restate what was on the landing page, or the thank you page, excuse me, of the lead form to make sure it's congruent. Same exact thing. One sub, this is a huge ninja hack. This works super well. It helps the loading speed and also looks very good on mobile. It gets the most conversions. We've tested Acuity, we've tested Go High Level, we've tested Calendly. This does the best by far. And then we have social proof, we have testimonials, we have why we're different, we have, who is this for, why we're, our story, and then more testimonials. Now, if you're just starting, you don't need any of that. All you need is just this, literally, and that's gonna get you appointments, okay? So that is the funnel overall, right? Very, very simple and very, very effective. Now, the last part is the thank you page. And so on the thank you page, we have a simple video, we have a Facebook group opportunity to join, and we have more and more testimonials. But again, all you really need is just a simple video kind of outlining next steps and what they need to do before the call so that they can get as much value in the call as possible. But that is essentially the ad secrets in our funnel. Now, very simple, highly, highly effective, highly, highly effective. This has been the best way that we've been able to generate sales opportunities for our business over the last 16 months. And again, this is the framework. So take those frameworks, model those frameworks, and use them in your aspiring AI agency or your current one. And if you want more help on really how to implement this stuff, I've got a link below called for my school group where we have 2 live calls per week. And you can essentially jump on those calls and ask us questions about anything. So if you have any questions, join that school group, get access to those calls. Now, the next thing is the outbound setter secrets, okay? So again, not everybody that comes from the funnel is going to book an appointment, or they're not gonna show up. So we have an outbound setter on that funnel to really increase the throughput. So to get more bookings and also to get more show percentage. And this is really the framework of how we book the appointment, okay? It's very, very straightforward. So we have an introduction, why we're calling. We try to book the appointment. We choice close. So we offer them essentially a day that is the same day or the next day. We always offer the appointment as soon as possible to improve the show percentage. We gather the necessary information we need, and then we triage them. So we figure out their problems, we figure out background questions. So essentially, what type of facility they own, how many trainers do they have, how big is their team, what are they offering, what's their price point, so on and so forth. And then we go right back to the challenge of the business. We chunk it down and make it seem like it's a bigger problem. We stretch that problem as far as possible. Hey, how long's it been going on? What happens if nothing changes? And then we figure out their goals, right? So why is it important to them for the business and also personally, and then how soon they want to achieve this? Guys, this right here is going to help you improve your show percentage a ton. We do this both on the outbound setter call to book the appointment and also on the outbound setter call to confirm and get the appointment to show. But this is absolutely massive for you to improve your show percentage, okay? And then we close out the appointment. So we edify the salesperson if you do have one. You ask them if they want a resource, which is a huge ninja hack. You want to ask them if they want more information about your business, not giving them. If you have ever been in like a mall and someone just like gives you a postcard, you're never going to check it out, right? But if they ask you if you want one, you say yes, you're way more inclined to actually look at the card. So super ninja hack that's helped our show percentage and also conversion. And then you're just gonna close up the appointment, stating out the time. So I'm gonna play a live example for you guys, kind of going over like the first part of the call. It is a 9-minute call, so I wanna be mindful of time here because we literally have 3 other ways we're getting customers for our business right now that I want to show you all.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, am I speaking with Ian?
Yep, Ian speaking.
Hey, how are you? This is Daniel with Gym Members Now. How's your day going?
Yeah, not bad. How's your day?
Great, thank you for asking. I saw that you opted in online to learn more about our new ChatGPT 4 plugin with the bells at our 127 Genesis Studios. Does that ring a bell?
Yep, I got you.
Perfect. And you are a gym or a studio owner, correct?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Perfect. So I just wanted to connect you with my boss on a 30-minute Zoom call. Do you have any availability today or tomorrow just to show you how the
I might have got availability tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. So tomorrow afternoon, let me see what he has available.
We're booking the appointment as soon as possible. We're going to get the information, we're going to triage, and then we're going to close out the appointment. But guys, that is a framework. It works very, very well. And again, this has helped our book rate and our show rate improve like crazy. So that is the first way that we're getting appointments on the calendar and sales for the business. The second way is through cold calling, okay? So what we're doing is we're taking a targeted list of our ideal client and we are reaching out to them on a cold call, calling them to generate interest to book a sales appointment. And so essentially this is how the funnel works. We have a targeted list, we cold call that targeted list, we then confirm of their appointment, and then we have a sales appointment. Now, why is cold calling good for you? Why is it beneficial overall? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first reason is that you can be very specific on who you target. So I can literally pull a list of my ideal clients, ideal clients. I can pull a franchise list of my ideal clients and I can contact those people. I will know that every person I reach out to is gonna be an ideal fit. Now, when you're running ads, you might get some people that come through your funnel that are not the best fit, okay? And so this is the big benefit of cold outreach and specifically cold calling. The second thing is that you're creating a personal connection. I don't have this right now, but you're creating a personal connection with the person. Personal connection is what we found has actually helped our show percentage for the appointment increase if we're hitting all the things we need to hit in the conversation. The third thing here is that it's literally free for you to do. You can take your phone and you can just go to Google Maps, or you can use a training that I have, how to get more leads for your business, and you can simply just call those people from your phone to start booking appointments like literally tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys again the exact script in a live recording here in just a second, so if you stick with me. The fourth thing is it builds character for you. It shows you how to be able to say no, okay? And it also shows you how to have resilient and grit. It really does. It really, really does, because you're gonna be calling so many people and you're gonna get said no more than you get said yes to, and it's only gonna make you a better business owner and also a salesperson. And the last thing here is that it can help, you can scale this process up once you have it down very, very rapidly. So backstory, I actually did this process for my business 4 years ago. I would make 250 cold calls a day, did it for 8 months, and I figured out a very good process for it, right? Which I'm gonna share with you in just a second. And so from there, I was able to take that process I developed and scale my team up to 6 people. So the big benefit of this was that not only were we getting more appointments for our business, but now I didn't have to rely on Mark Zuckerberg to approve my ads, and I didn't put all my eggs in one basket, with Facebook, knowing that they could just shut down my ad at any moment. This diversified our approach to get customers, and it also allowed us to grow and scale quickly. This is really how we catalyst our results, right? In growing and scaling our business very, very quick, up to 7 figures in our second year in doing business. So very, 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 very beneficial if you do it correctly and right. So let's talk about the ways, some cold call secrets for you that you can take and implement right now into your business, okay? So I've got about 5 sections here. I don't have anything after you really close out the appointment. There's definitely more steps to this. I want to be mindful of time here. I'm going to go over the most important parts. But cold calling in general always starts with your mindset, okay? With really your pre-call mindset. And what I mean by that is everything that happens before the actual call, okay? And so it's important that you have good energy and confidence. If you're not talking very excited, you're down and you're like, hey, this is me with here, how's it going today? I mean, people are not gonna wanna talk to you, right? And so if they don't wanna talk to you, they're gonna hang up the phone. You need to have good energy. You need to be upbeat, excited. Not too upbeat and excited, but just enough so they know that you are passionate about what you're calling for, and because you're passionate about what they're calling for, they're gonna be more inclined to listening to you. So I always tell my people, it's not about what you say, but it's how you say it, okay? It's how you communicate it, conviction-wise, but it's also the energy level of how you say it, Very, very important. And again, this is like, guys, this is the foundation of all of your success. I can give you all these things here, I can give you all these secrets, but if you can't follow this first step here, you're not gonna have any success. The second thing here is that you need to know before you make any calls that you're gonna get rejection. In fact, you're gonna get more no's than you do yeses. So you need to understand it's a mindset shift that every single no that I get said no to, I'm that much closer to a yes, which means you're that much closer to a sale, which means you're that much more closer to helping somebody in your industry, change your life, right? So you need to focus on the controllables. All you can focus on is how many calls that you make. You can't focus on how many appointments you set or how many sales you have. All you can focus on is how many calls you make and how well I do the calls. Those are the two things that you can focus on. Everything else is out of your control, but if you do those two things very, very well, you're gonna have a lot of success. The last thing here is a numbers game, okay? You can't expect to make 30 calls and book 5 appointments. That's just not gonna happen unless you're the best cold caller in the world. If you're starting out, you need to make 250 calls a day. I have at least 75 on here, but you need to be making 250 calls a day, okay? It's gonna make you learn so much faster and you're gonna get so much better at it so much quicker if you just make more outbound calls. It's all a numbers game, okay? So the first part of the script here really boils down to about 3 or 4 things. And these 3 or 4 things are the most important part. The most important part of the entire call is the pitch. I'm gonna really share with you the pitch that's worked really well for our business literally to this day in 2025. But essentially what you wanna do is you wanna identify the decision maker. So, because what's gonna happen is when you call a business, they might be, the manager might open, the trainer might answer the phone, the front desk person might answer the phone. Anybody that might not be the owner might answer the phone. And so you wanna make sure that you're talking to the owner, the decision maker, because if you're not, this conversation is not gonna go anywhere. So you wanna confirm that it's the business owner. Hey, is this Michael, right? Hey, is this the owner, right? And then this is just for personal preference and based on your salesmanship. Once they confirm, you can say, hey, this is your name with the company. How's it going today? Great. Then you wanna have a pitch that's trendy and benefit driven. So this is exactly what we're using right now for our business that's crushing. Hey, the reason for my call is that we're an AI-driven med spa optimization company. After running test ads in your area, we found a strong demand for your services by leveraging our new ChatGPT-4 plugin. Are you available today for a 30-minute Zoom call to see how it can benefit your facility? Plain and simple, okay? Then what you're gonna do from there is you're gonna choice close. You're gonna give them options, book today or tomorrow as soon as possible, right? For your business. You don't want to offer next week or 3 or 4 days out. It needs to be as soon as possible to increase your chance of them showing up as greatly as possible. But hey, would tomorrow, or would today or tomorrow work best? Got it. So is the afternoon even better? Okay, perfect. I've got 5 or 6. Works best for you. Giving them 2 options to make it easier for them to choose. And then from there, you're just gonna collect the details. So, hey, what's the best email for me to send you a calendar invite to? Awesome. What's the best cell phone number so I can send a confirmation text to? Very, very straightforward, but guys, this is where the money is made, is the pitch. The pitch. So this is the most important part. And let me go ahead and pull up an example of a pitch of exactly what we're doing right now.
Hello.
Hello, is it Gary?
Yeah, this is you.
Gary, nice to meet you, sir. This is Joshua from Gym Members Now. How's it going today?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, no, good. Actually, yeah, Gary, I'm here because we're an AI gym optimization company that directly owns 127 clubs. And I'm calling you today because we ran some check ads in your area and we found a strong demand to your services if you leverage our new ChatGPT-4 plugin. Would you be available for a 30-minute Zoom call Monday, or would Tuesday work better for you?
I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna give that.
Sorry, you didn't catch that? Pardon me?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Let me check my schedule first. Monday.
For sure.
Monday.
Looks pretty wide open right now.
There you go. So as you can see, right, textbook example of someone following the script, but the introduction, the pitch is what got him hooked. Now he's choice closed and then he's gonna get the information for the call. So this is the process, guys. It works super well, but it doesn't work well if you don't follow the pre-call preparation. So it's all on you to make the calls and ultimately reap the rewards. Now, the softwares that we use that work really well with cold calling, if you're just starting out, just use your phone, okay? It's free and you don't have to pay any money. And if you don't have a lead list, you can use my training on how to get free unlimited leads using a DeepSeek plugin. I'll link it right here for you. This is the way you can get free leads to start calling. You can use Go High Level. So I also have a link in my description below that gives you 14 days free. You can sign up for that as well. But this will allow you to essentially upload your lead list into the system and then use it to power dialer. So not where you have to manually dial each number, but you can then put in a dialer and power dialer it. It's a little bit cheaper than Alloy, which is my recommendation if your budget's not a situation. It's what we use. But the benefit of Alloy is that it does what High Level does. It has a power dialer, it has the call recordings, but the biggest thing it does, it wraps the phone number. So when you call somebody in Chicago, it's gonna take a Chicago phone number to use to call from for that person. So when the person looks at their phone, it's the same caller ID, which drastically improves the pickup rate. So if budget is not a problem for you, I'd use Alloy. If it is, your phone, or go High Level. But both good options there. But that is the second way that we're getting clients for our AI agency. Third way that we're getting AI clients right now for our agency is going to be through, drumroll please, direct mail. Yes, direct mail. It still works in 2025. In fact, it works very, very well for our business. So what is direct mail? Well, direct mail is essentially sending a piece of mail to a business owner. And the whole goal is to try to send some type of advertising message on the direct mail to get them to book an appointment so that you can close them on your services, okay? And the benefit of this, what we're gonna talk about in a second, is that you can again send them a targeted list. So you can find your ideal client fit and send that person, right, those contacts a message that speaks directly to them to incentivize them to get them on a phone call with good marketing. But essentially, you're gonna take that targeted list, you're gonna shoot direct mail to it, to a funnel, then have confirmations for the sales call to close them up. So why is direct mail good for you? Like we talked about. Well, you can be very specific on who you target again. You can target your ideal client that you've always wanted to work with, and you can also craft a message that's very specific to them and get very, very unique, right, and very creative with how you approach your contacts. You can use what's working in your ads and instead of just copy it. So essentially what we do is I use the hooks that we're using in our ads on the direct mail campaign, and it works super, super well. Also with like email blasts we do to our list and some text reactivation blasts we do, I use that same wording from those that worked well and put on the direct mail. But it essentially is just another way, right, to get in contact with your ideal client by sending them direct mail. The third way is that not a lot of people are doing direct mail because not a lot of people think direct mail works. It surely does work because we're doing it right now. Because there's so much digital noise out there with advertising and posting content, so on and so forth. It's a great way to kind of grab some more market share in your niche with the way that not many people are doing. The fourth way is it's less intrusive, right? You're essentially sending them mail and you're letting them decide if they want to take action with that mail. So they're taking the action to essentially either throw it away or to take action on the mail. The fifth way is that it's physical, right? So you're putting something in the facility that says your business, and it's basically free advertising unless they throw it away. So if they don't throw it away, it's going to be on their countertop, right? They're going to continue to get reminded of your company day over day over day if they don't throw it away, which is a huge benefit. So those are the benefits of direct mail. Now, let's talk about some secrets with direct mail of what we found to work after doing this a lot with our business. So again, we want to make sure that the reading on the actual advertisement of the direct mail reads at a 5th grade reading level or below. It's going to help your conversion process. We want to make sure that we're using, right, things that in other marketing that are already working on the direct mail. The key with direct mail is you want to keep the text very short and concise. It doesn't need to be long. When we first started doing this, I tried to put like a ton of testimonials on there, a ton of wording on there, and it got 0 conversion, just like I did when I ran my ad for the first gym. Funny how that works, right? Didn't learn from my lesson. But when we made it a lot more simple and just to the point, it converted like crazy. So you don't need to have much text on there, and then you need to have just one CTA, okay? So we don't need 5 different CTAs. We don't say, hey, email me, text me, and scan the code. Just one CTA. I found that QR codes work the best. And essentially you can track, too, with the software I'll show you, you can track how many people are actually scanning the QR code to go to the funnel and submit their information. So QR codes work super, super well. But let's take a look at just a direct mail piece example here. And it's super straightforward. So as you can see, right, we have the direct mail piece here. We're using the exact same headline that we're using on ads. So let's see here. Like this has by far been the best headline. We're using this exact same headline on this direct mail. So we're not getting cute. And then what I'm doing is, since it's a direct mail piece to a certain demographic, I'm introducing the, I'm basically saying from the copy that, hey, this is this person that's also a fellow owner just like yourself. One of our partners is a franchise owner, and so this is a copy, right, to that franchise. So we're leveraging, right, that human element to make some type of relation to kind of get past the trust stage and just get right in the market. If you don't have this, it's okay. You can skip this step. You can simply just say, hey, this is my name. I'm helping, target audience just like you. And, right now I'm giving away 10 spots for this new thing, which is the new ChatGPT plugin. It's a plugin that we developed that's helping our clients right now add on 15 to 30 bookings without any ad spend. If you want to reserve a spot, scan the QR code to the right here. Okay, so it's a very straightforward message. This message here, we actually did a text blast on and it works super well, which is why we just put it on the direct mail and it converted like crazy as well. And then on the back side of the direct mail, it's just essentially a QR code, scan and reserve a spot. And if they want more information, they can just flip back here. So again, we have one CTA, not a lot of text. We're using the headline, right? That's working on ads. And then we're just trying to make it a little bit more relatable to the business owner, to incentivize them to schedule an appointment. Okay. And if we go to the actual funnel, it's very similar to what we're doing on ads. But again, the funnel is really tailored to the people that we're speaking to. So an example, we're speaking to this franchise. It's all driven, to this franchise. So we have pictures of franchise, we have testimonials of the actual franchise on here, and the same framework goes. So we have the testimonials, we have why we're different, who are the story of us, and all of our testimonials are speaking directly from, most part, that franchise, right? So it's right to them. It's going to speak more to them. It's going to help you convert more. So that is direct mail, and that is how we've gotten results with direct mail, and that's an example there. But let's take a look at the softwares we're using. So we use a software called Stamp, okay? It's a great software. We spend about $750 to $1,000 a month. We send probably anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 contacts, which is not a lot, just because we run ads so much. But again, this is great for just targeting your ideal client list to get opportunities in the pipeline. So we use Stamp. It allows you to load a list in there, send the contacts to that list, and then also allows you to track if people are scanning the QR code. And the benefit here that you want to make sure you're doing when you're setting these campaigns up is make sure that the direct mail is the right dimensions, okay? And you can use Canva for this, but make sure that it has the right dimension so that it fits inside that actual direct mail part of what they want to read so you can get the highest conversion possible. But that is the third way. We're leveraging acquisition ways to get our business clients, the third way. And the last but not least way is through cold email. This is one of the most used ways right now for agency owners, but it works super, super well. And essentially what you're doing is you're taking a list of targeted email list, okay, with any outbound way, any outbound message or campaign you're doing, you can have a targeted list, right, that you're reaching out to, but you're just taking a targeted list of contacts, you're hitting them with a cold email, and then once you send out the cold email, you're gonna go back and forth to send some type of proposal, which we'll talk about in a second. Then you'll book the call, you'll have confirmations, you'll have the sales call. But why this is good for you, the biggest thing is that it's cheaper than direct mail or ads. It's a little bit more expensive than cold calling, right? But it is cheaper than those things. I mean, we're spending not a lot of money. I mean, we're spending probably, I think we spend like $180 for all of our domain emails to actually send the emails from, which is pretty cheap at the start. You can reach more people with less effort, just like ads. And then you can really improve your copywriting skills because you can get a lot of feedback very, very quick after sending out a lot of campaigns to a lot of local business owners. And the last but not least is you can blast this to a very specific ideal client fit, which is very beneficial because again, with paid advertising, you're kind of marketing to everybody. You can't be super specific on who you target with a lookalike audience. And this allows you to just get very specific on who you target and target that perfect ideal fit for your business here. So some cool email secrets. Subject line is by far the most important part in your cold email. It's just like the headline in the ad, but this is what is gonna make or break your campaign. If you don't have a good subject line, people are not gonna open the email. And so what you wanna be looking at is you wanna be looking at first, how many people are opening my email? Because if nobody's opening your email, it doesn't matter to optimize the body of the email because you're not getting open. So the first thing you need to prioritize is the subject line, okay? The second thing is about the cold email is the body. So just like the copy of the ad, but this needs to be very short and concise to the point. It does not need to be a lot of characters. It means very short and concise to the point. And you need to have one CTA just like you have in all your marketing, right? Either to submit their information or to book a call. We don't need anything else. We don't need 5 different, hey, respond here, book a call here. It needs to be one CTA that's very simple. Ours for a cold email is actually a video proposal. So if they respond back to the email and they say they're interested, we'll send them kind of like a short, video sales letter that's like 2 minutes. It's kind of custom to their business to kind of show them what the system does and how it can help their business, which is cool. So that's a big benefit of there as well. You can kind of put some more personalization to it. A framework that we found worked with cold email is, hey, does your company, does the company you're trying to work with need X? So does your company need more Google reviews? Does your company need more people walking through the door? And then showcasing the results with a new trend. So, hey, it helped this owner last month get this result with this new trend, right? And then CTA for a quick explainer video. So it's really like a 3-part email, and it's below 150 words, but it works very, very well, okay? And then the sequence we have is we have a 3 email sequence. So we send out 1 email. If they don't respond, we send out another one, and then we send out another one if they don't respond to the second one. So there's 3 emails, keeps it very, very simple. And then with each one of those emails, we intentionally have different variations. So like the copy and the headlines can all be different in all those variations. And we found this to work really well so that when we're sending out these emails to cold, prospects, it actually delivers to the email we're sending it to. Because if we don't have different variations, then our domains are going to suspect spam and not really send out the emails as much as possible. And also the receiving domain as well is gonna suspect spam and not push the email through. So it's important to have different variations at each step because it really, really helps. Really, really helps your throughput, your deliverability. Last thing here is software. So we're using ListKit. ListKit works really well. It's like $500, to actually get contacts, and then they will get the domain and set up for you. And then you can use the domain and setup that they already set up for you to send out emails. So you don't even have to use the contacts they give you, but it's super good and beneficial. And they've got more options too. And I've heard Instantly is really good as well. We don't use it, but guys, those are the 4 ways that we get customers. So paid advertising plus outbound setter, cold call, direct mail, cold email. If you're just starting out, number 2 and number 4 are gonna be the best ways you guys can get clients. Cold calling by far, I believe, is the best way to get clients. Cold email as well, improves your copywriting skills and it's a little bit cheaper. And then if you're an established agency, you're doing 40, 50, 60K a month plus, paid advertising is going to be by far, your best way to scale. It's just money in, money out. So, but that's all I got for you guys. If you like the content, make sure to smash the subscribe button. And if you want a weekly call with myself every single week, 2 weekly calls with myself every single week, you can join my school group. I've got more resources in there on, how we're booking appointments. I've got sales call recordings. I have fulfillment call recordings, everything you need to really take your business next level. So you can click the link below, join the school group. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys and see you guys very soon.